What's up guys, Jacob Rothenberg here, and what I want to talk about today is how to work a full-time job while still developing your publishing business so that you can quit your full-time job. So this is something that resonates with me as a topic very personally because, like many of you, I worked as a white-collar corporate international sales peon. And I would travel as much as 90 minutes one way just to get to work, do my 8-hour workday, and drive all the way back, go to the gym, blah, blah, blah. And one thing that I was proud of is that not only was I able to quit my job a year and a half into doing publishing, but also I was able to work on my business with no conflict of interest with my employer, meaning I never worked on my publishing business while on my employer's time. And that's something that I think people should respect. It's just my own personal qualm. But if you're going to be running your own business, do it on your own time. So how did I go about that? I'm going to share with you 5 tips. 5 tips that are also helping me do a lot of things right now with everything that I've got going on. But I think these are 5 tips that can help you out in terms of your own productivity. So number 1 is you're going to have to realize most people can only be great at one or maybe two things, two aspects of their life as an effort. So focus on being great at one or maybe two things in your life while you're doing your self-publishing business. So if you're working on your self-publishing business to quit your job, number 1 should be being great as a business owner, as someone that's running a self-publishing business. You're going to be your best at learning the business, doing what it takes to either cash flow it, saving the money needed to create content, learning how to create content, learning everything with how to outsource and all that good stuff. Be the greatest publisher that you can possibly can. Focus on that. Now, the second thing that you can be great at really depends on your priorities. If you're someone with a family, you're going to have to be at your best too at managing, raising your family and keeping your spouse and or your children happy. If you're single, like I am, I tried my best at still being a good power lifter. So even though I had my full-time job, I was always decent at that. I still tried to do my best with powerlifting, even as a hobby, to still be good at it. So publishing was my number 1 priority in 2017 and 2018 in terms of leveling up, and powerlifting was number 2. So even when I was not focused as much on powerlifting and still like full gung-ho on publishing, I could still squat over 600, bench 435, and deadlift over 600. So I was doing my best. But yeah, it's just so hard to try to be great at more than 2 things at once, unless you're a freak of nature or you've got more things incorporated to help you delegate tasks and get other things done by other people, which is going to lead into my next point. Tip number 2. You're going to have to learn at some point to either outsource your tasks, like outsourcing some of the publishing processes, such as possibly having your book written, having the cover done, maybe the formatting. I can teach you how to format a book under 5 minutes, like all those other YouTube videos do. But you're going to have to learn how to offload some of the work that you've got in your publishing business. Now, perhaps you're also able to, if allowable, offload some of the work at your day job. It really depends on your context. Maybe you can be a better delegator as a manager with the workload that you have. Believe it or not, a lot of managers are really bad at delegating their work because they think, well, I'm the best person to do this, and if I give this work to someone else, they're going to screw it up. No, just train your staff. But that's a whole other topic. So I would say if you can't do that, and I know this sounds rough because it's a little bit insensitive, but if you are someone with children, you might want to ask perhaps your mom, your dad, someone close to you to babysit the kids when you need to get work done. Find maybe ways that you can still watch the kids on a limited capacity in front of you and just supervise them, while working on the publishing business. It's really whatever it takes to make the time for your publishing business. And I'm not saying you have excuses, but you definitely have factors in your life that might make it hard to put in the time to focus on your publishing business. So you do want to take care of that. Point number 3, and this is something that I am now doing, is simply either waking up earlier and or sleeping later. So if you need an extra 30 minutes to work on your publishing business and you're like, well, gosh, Jacob, I just need 30 more minutes a day, but God, I can't figure out how to come up with that time. It's like, okay, dude, well, what time do you sleep? Well, 10 o'clock. Sleep at 10:30. All right? You're not going to die sleeping 30 less minutes. Now, of course, we all need our sleep. I'm someone that loves sleep, but you have to realize in the short term, you're going to have to sacrifice. So if that means 30 minutes of sleep, short term, that's okay. You'll still live and you'll find a way to get through the day. On my behalf, I'm waking up earlier. I was getting a little bit too complacent with my lifestyle, with everything I've got going on, thinking that I could just wake up at 9 o'clock and life was chill. But I'm now waking up at 6:30, 7 o'clock at the latest, and I consider that a luxury. I used to wake up at 4:30 for my job. But I'm finding that waking up at 6:30 lets me get so much done before the time I would even usually wake up. So consider putting in 30 extra minutes allotted to your business and 30 minutes less to your sleep, at least in the short term. Now, tip number 4, it's going to kind of contradict with what I said, but I will share a story. So when I was working my day job, I'll put it out there. Look at me. I'm not a small guy, right? So I do have issues, and I've always had issues for the last 7 years or so with sleep apnea. So I get tired relatively quickly. Even when I was in my tip-top shape with abs, I was still too big, and my neck is still too big to manage my apnea. So one thing that I would do at work to regenerate my energy is during my lunch hour, take a nap. And again, your lunch hour is your personal time and you're legally entitled to it. So no one can really tell you what to do with it. So if possible, take that siesta, take a 30-minute nap, then eat your lunch, or vice versa. Eat your lunch first for 30 minutes, then take a nap. Perhaps in your car, in a lounge, whatever it takes, just do it. And that helped me for a couple years when my apnea was really harming me when I was having problems with my energy. So in conjunction with that, energy is going to be a big issue for a lot of you to manage if you are older and or overweight. Whether it's muscle or fat, I can relate to you because I've got both. So you're going to have to learn to perhaps consider losing the extra weight that you have, living more healthy, eating cleaner, and you'll find that even if you are currently overweight, but you just start eating cleanly, that's going to help you so much with having more energy and managing your energy. And that's something that I'm incorporating. Look, I'm 275 right now. I can talk shit about fat people because I weigh 275, okay? So if I can be candid about this topic, you can be critical with yourself too. Like, hey, I have some pounds to lose. It's going to help me with not just my health, but my business and my life. Let's get it done. We can lose 10 pounds in a month. Let's do it. It's not hard once you know what you're doing and just put in the work. So that's something to consider. Number 5, and I know this sounds hokey pokey and like woo woo, but you really got to have fun with the business, with self-publishing while you're new. Think positive and stay motivated with it. So I've made this rhetoric in the past, and I still say this up until now. The most fun I ever had with publishing was not when I topped out making $32,000 revenue in a single month. Out of that 32, 20 of it was profit. The most fun I had with publishing was when I was making $15 a day. Then I wanted to race towards making $20 a day, and then towards $25. And back then I thought, oh my gosh, it would be so amazing if I could make $100 per day with publishing. Like, that would be so cool. And it was just so fun chasing that because you're new It's all magical internet money that you never thought in your childhood you'd be able to cultivate and grow as a business. And it is, again, something that can potentially change your life, let you quit your job, travel, do a lot of hookers and blow, whatever's your thing. Publishing can help you do that. So, yeah, have fun with it. And yeah, there's going to be times when things suck. I've pulled out debt to grow my business. I've been through stressful situations, and things can get slow in the summer. But so long as you keep your head on, realize that at some point, if you don't give up, if you just keep producing content and do the best that you can, all it takes is literally one book to take off that can change your life in the short term. So I know this to be true for either people that I have worked with, people that I know, and on my own behalf. I wouldn't be where I am without the fidget spinner book or the yo-yo book or even the Eclan Shred Hard book that I wrote. And I have, maybe out of my fiction titles, I've maybe published over, I don't know, 25 by now. 3 of them really helped define my revenue in 2019, and one book this year kind of defined how things are in 2020 for me. So just stay persistent. 10 shitty releases can be overshadowed easily by one book that takes off. So keep at it, stay positive, stay motivated, and keep building. So that's what I've got to say, guys. It's actually 10 o'clock at the time I'm filming this. I've been working all day. I'm not in my house. I've been moving in my mom into her Las Vegas residence, adding fixtures and stuff. So I'm wiped. I'm going to get some rest, wake up early, and keep working hard for y'all. So till then, guys, take care, and I'll see you later.